In this video, we're going to be talking about Smart Cycle. And Smart Cycle is an easy way for you guys to be able to kind of put your leads on ice and bring them back at a more appropriate time, whether we're waiting for an accident to fall off or their renewal date is a couple months away, or they just said no to a quote right now and we want to try again next year. So when you have a lead that has expressed that they're not going to move forward at this time, no matter where they're at in the process of working with them. You're going to grab that lead from the pipeline and you're going to simply drag them to the Smart Cycle box here at the bottom. Now, there are a couple options that you see. We can discuss what these are. The first one is move to. This is if you want to instantly move the location of your lead to a different pipeline. So if you're working with personal and commercial leads, but you accidentally put one of them in the incorrect pipeline, you can simply move them to the correct location and the correct automation or the correct stages will be applied to that lead. Then you have dead. This is going to be for people who you do not want to work with. Think the grumpy guy on the street or somebody who has a lot of accidents. They're not a good fit for your agency. Marking them as dead does not mean that we're deleting them. We still have all the communication history and all their contact information, but we're just not going to voluntarily reopen them for automation. And then Smart Cycle, this is what we're going to be discussing today in this video. So when you drop somebody in Smart Cycle, you're going to get this box that appears and it's going to ask you, well, what information do I need to know to bring them back to you at a more appropriate time? So the name will autofill and you won't be able to change this, but you can change all the other fields if desired. The first thing is the recycle event, and this is essentially why are we bringing them back later? Why is now not the right time? Is it based off of their expiration date, or is it because an accident or a ticket is falling off? There's the other option down here. If you select other, you can type the reason that you're smart cycling them. I'm going to stick with X date. You can manually choose the date you want to reach out to them. So if you know their expiration date is in June of 2027, maybe we want to reach out in May of 2027. Or maybe they have an accident falling off in September of 2026, so we want to reach out to them around that time. Just choose the date you want them to be reopened as a lead. If you're tracking the expiration date in the lead, you can choose next expiration date instead of calculating a date over here. But if you have no expiration date, the system has no information to go based off of, so you'll have to manually choose the date you want to bring them back. You can simply choose an expiration date on the lead by going to the main section of the lead card and putting that down here in the next expiration date. If you choose an expiration date and put them in Smart Cycle, when you select next expiration, the system will be able to say their policy is expiring this day next year, and we can reach out to them 30 or 45 days in advance, and the system will calculate the day they will be reopened. So you'll want to choose the location you want to bring them back to. If you want them to come back to your sales pipeline, you can leave this as is. If you have another destination where you work with recycled leads, you can change the pipeline. If you need to change the lead source or add any tags at that point in time, you can do so here. The note section is going to be super important. That way, future you or any team members in the future that are working with this lead has access to the information that they may need to know about this person. You're not going to remember all of your conversations from a year ago, and if somebody else is working with them, they're definitely not going to know what happened last year. So putting some notes in here to refresh your mind or pinpoint specific or important topics or things about this person can be extremely helpful. If you have any remaining open tasks, you can also check this box and it will get rid of those tasks for you. Once you hit save, the lead will be out of this pipeline. So when you add somebody to Smart Cycle, there's a couple of different ways you can go about finding them. If you know the pipeline that they're going to come into, you can simply search their name here and a Smart Cycle box will appear to the right. You can also go to Actions and show Smart Cycle List, and that's going to show you a full list of anybody that is in Smart Cycle waiting to enter this pipeline. It's also going to show you the date that they're going to enter the pipeline. And the final way to find somebody in Smart Cycle is by pressing the Smart Cycle button. It'll take you to a full list of anybody that is in Smart Cycle, no matter where they're going or when they're coming back. You have different fields here that are visible for you. You can edit the fields here to give yourself access to more information by going to the Actions section and editing columns. This is going to give you a ton of options for information to make visible. You can look at where their destination pipeline is. You can put in when they're going to come back. So that would be the Smart Cycle date, and that's going to be all the way down here. These are listed in alphabetical order, and you can use these 4 arrows to drag and drop these into a different order if you have a specific order you would like them to be listed on the screen here. And that is it for Smart Cycle.